All right, so it is day 1 in geometry. Monday, August 4th of term 1, 2025, first day of school after summer. So we already went through this, but I'm just going to show it on the screen for anybody that was not here. Everyone has gotten through their green folder. We went over the classroom agreement. We went over how to get on Google Classroom, and now we're moving on to this handout, the giant inch. Okay. Something that you all should have at your desks is a ruler. So I would like for you all to grab a ruler from those little bins, and we're going to look at this giant inch compared to our ruler. And the first thing we're going to do, I need to pass out a worksheet to you guys so that you can follow along. So let me pause this, give everybody a sheet, and then we'll restart. Okay, so I believe everybody should have one of these worksheets that looks like this. It says measuring line segments in inches. So before we do this, we're going to kind of talk about what's happening with this giant inch. So if you'll notice, at the bottom of the giant inch, we have a big 0 and a big 1. If you look really close on your ruler, let me get that to focus, hang on. Okay, you'll notice right before the word inch, there is a big 0 and there is a big 1. Okay, right here, right here. I'm going to kind of cover this up. From 0 to 1, this picture is just a blown up image of this inch. Okay, that's why it's called the giant inch. It's a giant inch. So you'll notice on your ruler there's also a ton of teeny tiny little lines in between your 0 and your 1. This giant inch paper is giving you the fractions of the lines on your ruler so that you don't have to, count them all out and do all the math in your head. This is kind of your cheat sheet. And so let's talk about how we use this. We'll start with number 1 here, and we'll do this one together. So I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. And it says that we are rounding our measurement to the nearest 1/16 of an inch. That just means each of these little lines, these little tick marks on your ruler, represents 1/16 of an inch. This is 1/16, 2/16, that's also 1/8, 3/16, 4/16, that simplifies to 1/4, 5/16, 6/16, which simplifies to 3/8, and so on and so forth. It just means that we're not going to always say like, oh, if the line goes to here, well, it's close to a half. No, we're going to say 3/8, okay? We want to say whatever's closest to the lines that I gave you on here. So starting with number 1, we're going to take our ruler and we're going to measure it. Where should my ruler be lined up? Should it be lined up like this, where the end of the ruler is on the end of that line segment? Or should it be like this, where the 0 is at the end of the line segment? Ooh, the second one, the 0? Yes, yes. Okay, so on rulers, the biggest mistake I see is lining up the edge with the end of whatever you're measuring. The reason that we start at the line where 0 is because rulers are physical objects that can get worn out and scraped up, okay? You're never going to have an accurate inch if, let's say, this side wears down and it becomes shorter. That's why we like to kind of put that line a little further in. So your starting point is 0, because at this point we have 0 inches. So now let's count how many spaces this line segment goes past, or how many lines. Let's see. So we're going to count The first one is 0. The next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this line segment measured 10 little tick marks. Now, do you remember, what did I say each of these little spaces, what's the measurement of that little space? You can see on the giant inch, how big is this? 1/16 of an inch. So if I counted 10 of those, 5/8. Yes, 10 of those would be, here's 1, so there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10/16 or 5/8. So the answer to number 1, you could say 10 over 16, 10/16 of an inch. Or you can say 5/8 of an inch. Either one is fine. 5/8 is simplified. 10/16 is just the first one you might recognize. Now, does anybody need a refresher on how 10/16 is the same as 5/8? Or do we all understand that? And it's okay if you do need a refresher. We all get that? Good deal. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Number 2, we've got another line here. Again, where am I going to start? Where do I line my ruler up? On the edge of the ruler or on the 0 line? 0 line. Good. So I'm going to put it right about here. And let's see. I'm going to start here and I'm going to go. Oh, I'm going to cross over 1 inch. So I'm going to make a little mark here and say that's 1 inch. Okay. Now, is this line segment all the way to 2 inches? No, it's not. 2 inches is right here. We are 1/16 of an inch less than 2 inches. So, what would this measurement be here? Yes, we have 1 full inch and 15/16 of an inch. We could count all of those and say, oh, well, we counted 15 because 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then here's my 16. Make that clear. But something I like to do also is I can see, oh, I'm just 1 space away from 2. So if I go 1 space away, well, there's my 15. Okay, so we have 1 and 15/16 of an inch. And that would be our answer for number 2. Okay, any questions about those so far? Do we want to do one more together, or do you guys feel like you could measure the rest on your own? Does anybody want one more example, or you guys think you can do it? You gonna try it? Okay, I see y'all putting the pen to the paper. So I'm gonna pause this recording. I'm gonna let you guys try to measure these on your own. I'm gonna give you a few minutes. We'll go over some of them again at the end here. And I'll set a little timer. And we'll be back in a moment. All right, so now let's look at number 3. Would anybody like to share what they got for number 3? Anybody? 3 inches. 3 inches exactly. Did anybody get something different? We agree? Okay, we're here. Yep, let's take a look. I hold my ruler up to this line segment, lined up with the 0. And sure enough, it's a little bit in between, but I'm going to say that it lands much closer to 3 than 3 1/16. So we're going to say this is exactly 3 inches here. Pretty good. Okay, number 4. Who would like to share what they got for number 4? 3/4. 3/4 of an inch. You might have also gotten 12/16 of an inch. Both would be correct. It's the same. One's just simplified. You can see here if you would have counted up to 12. Okay, well that's 12/16. It's also 3/4. It's just the simplified version. So just line my ruler up on here at the 0. If we counted all those dashes, we would see that we are at 12 here. Perfect. Okay, that is number 4. Let's look at number 5. What did we get for number 5? One 3/16. Yes, that is perfect. 1 3/16 of an inch. You can see when I line it up here, we pass 1. It's a little tough to see with the glare. Let's see. Here we go. And then past 1, we have 1, 2, 3 little dashes. So 1, 2, 3. That means 1 3/16 of an inch. Perfect. Okay, how about number 6? What did we get for 6? 1 5/16. Yes, perfect. 1 5/16 of an inch. Now you can write inch as IN. The other thing you can do, I'll write this. Some people like to not write IN. They like to do this, the 2 dashes. You can do that too. There's a little quote mark. That means inches as well. Whichever you prefer. Okay. Let's look at number 7. What'd you get for number 7? 1 1/8. Yes, 1 1/8 of an inch. 1 2/16 of an inch. Simplified. 1 1/8 inches. Beautiful. I'll write the not simplified. Or 1 2/16. Either one is fine. Okay, how about number 8?
1 13/16.
Yes, 1 13/16. Sometimes I like to do this, just like make little markings to help me. I know here's my 2 inches, so 15/16, 14/16. 13/16. That's what's left. 1 13/16 of an inch. Okay, that was number 8. Last 2. Number 9. What is number 9's measure? Right at a half. Yes. 1/2 inch. And last but not least, number 10. What do we get? 2 and how many 16ths? 2 5/16. Did anybody get something different, or has everybody got that? Is it 15 or is it 5? Let's see. So, yes, it's 15. Good, good.
Somehow I put 3 15/16.
Huh. Who knows? So perfect. We can see that if we start at 0, our line segment reaches 2 inches here, and 3 inches is here. It doesn't quite reach 3. We are 1/16 of an inch away from 3 inches. So that is 15/16 That is 2. So we have a total of 2 15/16 of an inch. Very good, you guys. Okay. How'd you guys do? You guys get most of them right? Okay. Now, if you're like secretly really struggling and you don't want to tell me after class, okay? I'm happy to help you. Don't be afraid. The one thing I want to let everybody know is I never want any of you to leave this room confused. Please don't be scared to come to me. I love to help you guys, okay? Now, luckily, this wasn't too crazy of a lesson. We're just learning how to measure. So, we did a lot today. I know that typically our class will go until 11:55, right before lunch. However, like I told you at the beginning, I like to kind of take it a little easy on the first day. So, if you have finished this worksheet, I see all around the room, I saw you guys working on it. I will give you credit for that. Make sure that you do, at some point before Friday, turn in this day 1 exit ticket. Let me know the days that you will not be here. If you're worried that it may become an issue, talk to me. I'm happy to work with you. Let me know the things you want to know. Sign it, write your name, date it. This is important. And that's it. So anyway, that's going to be the end of our lesson today for the first day of class. We're going to cut it short, and I'm going to let you guys go. Okay, so you all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have class later, good luck with the rest of that. But this is it. Any questions, you're welcome to stay. Okay, but I will see you guys later.